Okay, if you're on a tight budget like most of us are, today I'm going to teach you how to make mock jam. That's jam using, of all things, green tomatoes. So we dice up our green tomatoes. Here you go. Beautiful little tomato. Dice it up nice and fine. Put it into a pot. Now what we want to do is, for one recipe, we want to have at least 6 cups of cut green tomatoes. Okay, so here we have our green tomatoes all cut up, sitting in a pot. I don't know if you can hear it sizzling. The recipe calls for 6 cups of sugar. However, I don't like it that sweet, so I'm going to introduce today 2 cups. So I don't know if you can see that. There we go. 2 cups of sugar. And I'm going to put that right on top of all those lovely tomatoes. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to keep stirring it until the tomatoes become liquefied. So we want to cook this for about 10 minutes. Now today's recipe, you can make it with any kind of fruit that you want your jam to turn into. Today I'm going to be making an orange marmalade. So the only other 2 ingredients that you need with this is you are going to need 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine, and you are going to need a large pack, believe it or not, here comes the tricky part, a large package of Jello. Jello in whatever flavor you want to turn this jam into. And I'm making orange marmalade today, so I will be using orange Jello. You can use the Jello brand, the no-name brand, it doesn't matter. So we'll just leave this boil for about 10 minutes until we get our tomatoes all nice and cooked there. Okay, so what I've done is I've added a tablespoon of butter while it's still boiling, and I have made sure that it has completely dissolved. Oh, sorry about all that steam. Then what we're going to do is remove it from the stove, and we're going to add another tablespoon of butter, as best as we can get. I don't have quite enough here, but that's okay. That's just part of being a home cook. So we're going to stir it and stir it and stir it until it's all completely dissolved. Now we're just going to let that sit for a few minutes while I get my jars ready. So you might want to have, while your mixture was boiling for your 10 minutes, you might want to have gotten your jars ready. Now this should make about maybe 3 or 4 250 ml jars. So I will get those ready right now while we're stirring all this up. I'll let it sit for a few minutes and we'll get the jars ready. Okay, now that I took the time to get my jars ready, I have put the mixture back on the stove just to make sure that it is boiling. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 package of orange Jello, and of course mine's no name. So I'm just going to open this package here as best as I can with one hand holding the camera, and we're going to pour this in. And then what you want to do is, again, sorry for the steam, you just want to mix and mix and mix it until it is completely dissolved. So we'll just keep mixing that till it is completely dissolved. And there we go. Alright, that should be good. So now with our mixture piping hot, we want to bring everything over. Again, sorry for all the beautiful steam. We're going to bring everything over here to where I have some jars ready. So the only special equipment that you need really is this beautiful funnel with the wide mouth at the bottom. So you put that on your jar. There's our lids. They're all washed. The jars are warm. I've made sure that I soak them in hot water. So they're nice and warm. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab a beautiful ladle. Now keep in mind this is easier to do with both hands, however, I've got to hold the camera. So just take a ladle full of this. Now it looks a little interesting. And you just want to pour it into your jars. So the trick with this is you want to make sure that your liquid is just at the ridge of the jar. So if you look here, I'll lift this up and I'll put it in another jar. You've got about 1/4 of an inch there. So what you want to do now is you want to make sure that there is nothing on the top, completely void. And then you want to stick, here, you put your flat piece on, your snap lid, and then you put the other lid on top and just, boy, hard to do with one hand. Okay, sorry about that. Oh. Okay, well, now I got it stuck. There, okay, so. Sorry folks, I cannot do this proper. Okay, so basically you just want to put your snap lid on, you want to put your other lid on, and you want to seal it just hand tight. And then you want to put it in a spot where it can just cool down naturally. And that is it. Put it in the fridge for a while or put it in the pantry and away you go. You've got your mock orange jelly.